Everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking about my favorite makeup brushes. As a makeup artist, I use a lot of brushes all the time and I use quite a bit of them, but for today's video I decided to really narrow down my list and to share with you only the brushes I absolutely can't live without, and they are my go-to brushes I cannot do makeup without. This video was requested by so many of you that I really hope it's going to be very helpful for you. I'm going to be linking down all the brushes below so you can easily have a reference, you can check them out, and let's just get started. So let's start with face brushes. One of my absolute favorite face brush is the one from IT Cosmetics. It's called Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection Brush. It's double-ended. And what I really like about this brush is that there's nothing in this world that blends foundation or concealer better than this one. So this could be your go-to brush for a foundation, for applying concealer, so you can use the bigger tip and blend the foundation all over with this brush, and you can use the smaller tip for more precise application, like for the concealer underneath your eyes, or like if you want to highlight your features. This is just like a very cool brush to do that, and it's extremely soft. It feels like heaven. So it's like getting pampered while doing makeup at the same time. And what's great about this brush is that I really like to use it on my neck as well. We all know that foundation doesn't end at the chin. You need to really distribute foundation across your entire neck, and this brush is so gentle that it's gonna work very great. So this brush would work for 90% of liquid foundations out there, so it's a very safe choice. But if you are a fan of a very full coverage foundations that are a little bit thicker, this Hourglass Vanish foundation brush would be just perfect for you. It does all the work for you, and it's like very nicely contoured to fit into the entire areas of your face. It's very densely packed, so it really distributes really well the heavier, more full coverage foundation. So I use it all the time, as you can see. I use it before doing this video, so that's why it's not 100% clean. Another must-have brush for face is this large angled contour brush. So it's just perfect for distributing bronzer on your face. So I really like to use it to contour my cheekbones, to contour the periphery on my face or underneath the chin. It has a very nice, soft and firmly bundled bristles that distribute just enough of product. It's a very precise application as well, and I use it with all powder bronzers always. Like, I cannot do makeup without this brush. I think it's such a staple. Everyone needs it. Another brush that's top of my list is the one by Real Techniques, and it's a powder brush. It's a very affordable option for you. It retails for less than $10, so it's great, but it's super soft. I basically use it to apply powder all over the face, and it allows a very even application around your entire face. Feels like heaven as well. It feels very nice, and it just gives you the perfect coverage with powder in just basically one sweep of the brush. So that's another must-have brush for you to have. Another face brush on my list is the one by Real Techniques as well, and it's a smaller one, and it's a setting brush, and I really like to use it to set the powder underneath my eyes, or to do the reverse contouring. So basically to set the powder right underneath my contour to kind of make the contrast even bigger. So with this brush, the application of powder is more precise than with the bigger one, so you can be very thoughtful about where you put it. Again, one of the brushes I never leave my house without for makeup gigs. Next on my list is Nars Kabuki brush. I absolutely love this design, and it's actually one of the newest additions to my makeup kit. I bought it recently because so many makeup artists were raving about it, so I assumed I really need to have it in my makeup kit, in my makeup stash, so I wasn't disappointed. It's a very versatile brush that you can use for so many things, but I mostly like to use it to apply blush on the cheeks of my face, but you can also use it as a highlighter tool. Like, you see how nicely it will distribute your highlight as well, or you can use it to apply the bronzer. So it's a very versatile brush. It's up to you how you're gonna use it. Another face brush on my list is the one by MAC. It's so tiny, but it packs a big punch. And I really like to use it to blend or apply a cream contour. The unique shape really makes it super easy to reach every corner, every nook and cranny of your face. And because it's flat, it's also perfect to blend and apply the contour across your nose. It allows for like a very great blending and application, so you can have a nicely sculpted nose with that. But talking about the nose contour tool, I also really like this brush. It's by Luxie Beauty, and it's collaborated with JD Wady. She's one of the biggest makeup influencers. I'm sure a lot of you know her, so she is very famous for her nose contouring. And this brush is actually very useful and helpful in doing the contouring. You can basically distribute the cream contour with more precise ending, like this one, across your nose. And then with the other side, you can basically blend it. So I really like using this brush as well. But it's a decision. You can either go for this one or this one. You cannot really go wrong with either. Another dilemma with brushes I had is for highlighter brushes. I couldn't decide which highlighter brush I want to highlight, so I have my two favorites with me as well. So honestly, you cannot go wrong with either of them, so it's again a matter of preference if you prefer a round brush or a more like oval shaped brush to do your highlighting. So the first one is by Anastasia, and it's a large diffuser brush. It has very soft bristles, and it makes the application of any highlighter very easy. It's very precise, so as you can see, it fits right where it should fit. And I also really like to use this brush to do like a nice touch of highlight on the tip of my nose. This is also like cult favorite. You cannot go wrong with it. It's ultra soft, it's super silky, it's very precise as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the face brushes, and now let's move into eye brushes. And the first eye brush I really like to use is the one by MAC, and it's a small eyeshadow brush, and I really like to use it underneath my brows to kind of define them. I'm sure you saw me a lot of times doing my tutorials, like going with the concealer right underneath my brows. So this brush is super helpful for it. Everyone also needs like a bigger fluffy blending brush to apply a soft wash of color across the entire eye and eyelid. And I really like the blending brush by Charlotte Tilbury. It's very luxurious. I love the rose gold details, but most importantly, it's fluffy enough to basically help you blend your eyeshadow. And obviously a cheaper option that I also like are brushes by Morphe. You cannot go wrong with those as well. They are very affordable, but the quality is amazing. So if you're hesitant about spending so much money on Charlotte Tilbury, you can always like go with the Morphe brush, but like my favorite is this one. And I also really like this eye smudger brush from Charlotte Tilbury as well. Charlotte Tilbury only does her eye makeup with those two brushes. So this is basically all you need to do your eye makeup. This is the minimum. So the smudger brush is great to add color and to add pigment to very targeted areas of the eyes. So you can run it across your lash line and blend the color right here, or you can take it into the socket and be like more precise. And I really like to use this brush to blend my under eyeshadow. It's nicely shaped. And I also can do makeup without this MAC brush. It's a blending brush as well. It's slightly smaller than the Charlotte Tilbury one, so I use it mostly to define my crease and to blend my crease out even more. So I like to use the Charlotte Tilbury one for like a soft wash of color, and then I switch to the MAC one to basically define the crease and smudge the crease even more. But you can also like super easily apply like eyeshadow on your lid with this brush as well. Like I always apply normal regular eyeshadow with this one. Like you don't need a flat brush to do that, and I'm using this one and it really works for me. I also really like this pencil brush by MAC. It's great to add like a nice pop of highlight in the inner corners. It's very precise, but you can also use it to blend the eyeshadow, the lower eyeshadow, or to smudge the upper line. And it's slightly more dense than the Charlotte Tilbury one. So with this one you can blend and distribute the product, and this one is slightly more precise, so it allows for more pigment to be distributed. So as you know, makeup is all about layering. So first you do a soft wash of color and then you add a little bit more to create the entire looks. And for a more precise control application or of smudging of the light, I always use the Sigma E21 brush. So it's, as you can see, it's really tiny, so it really allows you to have a control of whatever you want to do with your eyes. So I feel like everyone needs one brush, one eye brush that will give them a little bit more control than the more like fluffier blending brushes, and this one is a good choice to have. And I also like this tapered round-edged brush from MAC, and I mostly use it to provide a nice highlight right underneath my brow bone. So I always apply a highlighter right here, and it just fits so perfectly right underneath my brows that I know my application of the highlighter will be very precise. Everyone who likes a wing eyeliner look needs this brush in their life. And this one is by MAC, and it really is a must if you like to create a wing. It's like angled as well, so it fits the corners of your eye. You can run it across your lashes as well. Last but not least, I also like the Dose of Color shader brush, and I mostly use it to blend the eyeshadow primer because it's like so nicely shaped to fit the entire eyelid. And the last brush I want to share with you is the one for lips. It really comes in handy when you want to apply like a red lip or like a very bold lip color, because it's like square shaped. It goes to the very corners of your mouth to provide like the most precise application ever. Because we are talking about brushes, I also want to share my favorite product, brush cleanser, that I use to clean all the brushes. It's really important to clean your brushes at least once a week, I would say. It's so important, like you don't want any bacteria to sit on your brushes, and you don't want this bacteria to hit your face. So my favorite brush cleanser that literally transformed my life and made it so much easier for me, because I need to clean my brushes every day, using them on so many clients, is the one from Cinema Secrets. It's the best. It cleanses in seconds, like literally in seconds. It absorbs all the impurities, it disinfects, it doesn't leave any residue, it dries super fast, so it's very important sometimes when you want to like use the brush again after cleaning it. The only thing is that it has a very strong scent. It's a trade-off, you need to get used to it, but I'm going to demonstrate this to you how I clean with this one, and like you will see the magic happening right here. So I just put a little bit of solution into like my bowl. So you basically dip a little bit of this brush in the solution. It's gonna soak it up very fast, and then you just use like a paper towel to clean it up. It's 2 seconds and the brush is completely clean. It saves you so much time and energy, and the best part of it is that you don't need to rinse it with water. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. It was super quick, super fast, but I covered all the brush basics. Obviously, you can start with those brushes that I've highlighted and then expand a little bit more depending on your needs. These brushes will take you very, very far in your makeup game, so this is basically all you need. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if there are any more requests as to what you want me to create next, definitely let me know in the comments below. As briefly mentioned, all the brushes will be linked down below, so you can check them out, and definitely hit me up with any requests, and I see you in my next tutorial or a video. Bye! And it does not need to be something like this around my... Another must-have... So, another must-have